RITC Cybersecurity, empowering businesses with robust cybersecurity protection.
Welcome to Ciphered Reality from RITC Cybersecurity, where the real threats of the digital world come alive. This week, we're about to unravel the latest threats exposed during hacks and the dangers of cyber world. On the docket today, AI news, risks, and solutions, along with some jaw-dropping headlines. On Ciphered Reality, we are unleashing cybersecurity tips and tricks that could be a difference between safety and disaster for you and your business. I'm Mike Rotundo, joined by my intrepid co-hosts, the dynamic duo, Mari Cherry and Nikki Rodriguez. Are you ready to discover what's really hiding behind your screen? Connect with us on ritcsecurity.com/contact if you're interested in hearing more. Now on to the news.
So there's some interesting stuff going on this past week, as always.
A little bit.
Let's see. Let's start with this one because I like the name of it. This one is a zero-day exploit called BlueHammer. I just like the name. It was appealing to me. Plus, we like when Windows gets exploited. We take, for whatever reason, some strange pleasure in this.
They earned it. They deserve it.
Yes.
This story will make you believe and understand why.
Yes, exactly. So this exploit code was released by a disgruntled Microsoft researcher. That's the best part about this.
Oh, yeah.
And as you read through the story, this guy was really angry. He actually left a note behind. It says, "I was not bluffing Microsoft and I'm doing it again." So apparently he still works for them and has done this before.
That's
which
great.
is
Perfect.
Even more disturbing that Microsoft continued to let him work for their organization. Interesting. And then he goes on to say, unlike previous times, I'm not explaining how this works. So evidently in the past, he's actually told them how to fix the exploit. And this time he's so disgruntled because it keeps happening and he's able to keep, finding ways to exploit them that he felt the need to do it and just go silent and not give them the solution. So there is no patch for this. And it's a 0 day. There's still no patch. So they're working on it, guys. It's kind of crazy. It's escalated to system privileges and potentially can achieve complete machine compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Here's the upside to it. Not successful on Windows servers. So, that's kind of
something.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, something. He threw him a little bone there, a little bit.
I think it's not always successful because it's not an easy exploit.
Yes.
So, it will work on a Windows server.
I guess it's specific. I don't know. But I was kind of reading through it. And here's the interesting part. So it requires a local hacker can access through social engineering software vulnerabilities, credential-based attacks as well. So it's pretty interesting. So we'll see what happens with this. I mean, what happens with this? Does this guy get turned in or what? I mean, the fact that they allowed it to happen a second time or knew that he already had done something like this is very interesting.
Second or more.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what happens in this case? This to me is really fascinating because, if it's ongoing,
Honestly, it's up to Microsoft to decide what they want to do, and he's not breaking any laws.
Well, how does I want to know? That's right.
Yeah, he's not breaking any laws.
How?
Right. That's what I same question.
He's just leaking a company secret. He's leaking something that eventually would be found out anyway in the wild if it was tested properly. He's just telling somebody that's there.
My question is, because he's a researcher, I would imagine that they have certain stuff in their agreements when they get hired on by HR, like non-disclosures and certain things. So does that not fall under the branch of something like that where they can go after him?
Yeah, but Microsoft would have to go after him.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So Microsoft could, but apparently, based on this story,
they're not the brightest because
they're cool with it.
Yeah.
Is this like a free pen test?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
This is insane, you guys.
Yeah. And the thing that he's pushing on is that you have to be a local attacker. And
Yeah.
Microsoft is saying, well, and this is the argument I've used in the past because in the past it was true. I've talked about Blue Keep, and then there was that issue where, you basically had to be standing in front of the computer to break into it, right? And we were in armed locked data centers. Well, that's all well and good. But if you find the right environment and that was for that company specifically that I was at because we knew we already had those controls. Mm. If you find the right company where you can remote into the desktop, where you can remote into admin, that's an easy exploit. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be local. I mean, you can be local using social engineering. So
yeah.
But
it also said that the bugs may prevent it from working reliably. So
yeah.
It's not 100%.
Yeah, I think that's why I said it's not easy to exploit. But the fact is that Microsoft's like, yeah, well, it might happen, it might not happen,
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but
someone in the risk and accounting services and legal is like, well, the chances of this happening is X, our financial exposure is Y. Screw it. We'll take our chances.
That's okay. This guy must be really good at his job for this to be.
It's entirely possible.
That's crazy.
Speaking as someone who got away with a lot of shit because he was really good at his job, I can say that it does happen. So,
all right.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
I get where he's disgruntled, where he's finding these flaws, you know what I mean? And so he's probably like, guys, you got to fix this. We need to fix this. And so he feels unseen and unheard. So he acts out in accordance like a kid, that needs attention. So
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't say what source it came from. So that was a story from bleepingcomputer.com. Yeah. Yeah. So a fun one. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to our next one. And I guess we already had discussed this one, but I liked it. So, I found it again. This one's from the Hacker News. This one is entitled Claude Code Source Leaked via NPM Packaging Error. Anthropic confirms. So this is caused by one of our favorites, which we like to call human error. We talk about this all the time, that humans are the cause of most issues in cybersecurity. So that's what happened here. And in this compromise, it was nearly 2,000 TypeScript files and more than 512,000 line code that were affected. And what it does is it gives the blueprint for how the popular coding tool works. This is for Anthropic. Oh, I'm sure they're thrilled about that.
I'm sure they are.
I wonder how that affected their stock.
Oh, that's a good question.
I really thought about that. I was like, I want to see what happened when that happened and that happened, how it affected their stock, because that's not good.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. And
especially they're coming out with the Anthropic security tool and the Anthropic, that kind of stuff.
Right. So, but is that stuff is it patented like something else would be, or is there no protections on that? It is.
Yeah, it's patented, copyrighted, trademarked. It's all proprietary code. And, it's I actually love the poetic justice of this because it throws in the face of all those people who are like, AI is going to take over security. And it's like,
It could help a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
It might have detected that human error, but, it's like,
It can't do it on its own.
No,
yeah.
It can't.
Well, again, it was done by a human. So there's always going to be, I think that's where people get confused and they think that people are going to disappear completely and AI is just going to be running the show. And it's where did AI come from? AI came from a human being creating AI.
Well, AI, in my opinion, lacks creativity and inspiration and aesthetic. You can tell it what to draw, but that is coming from you. It's not AI is like, if you tell AI to draw you a flower, you're going to get a generic flower. It's like that. Remember we did the green fruit thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it couldn't come up with a specific green fruit. It was like,
it's not going to have an original thought.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to look at the internet and say, this is probably what most people are going to say.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's kind of what now, like that MIT study again that came out, and they're talking about it more, like the delusion and, false resources, and it's just taking from whatever. And they kind of reiterated that this past week, couple weeks again. And so I think stuff like this is starting to make people realize that.
I hope so.
Slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was pretty funny because Anthropic they've become a giant.
Oh yeah, Claude's everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. So it says later on in the story, the leak has also shed light on a feature called Kairos that allows Claude Code to operate as a persistent background agent that can periodically fix errors or run tasks on its own without waiting for human input, and even send push notifications to users.
Hope that code stream doesn't get contaminated. That could be really, really bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So pretty interesting.
I sent that to a couple of our customers that I know use Claude, and one of the responses was, "I didn't need to know that." Like that.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny on the news story online, they actually have someone who on X reposted the actual code, so everybody can see it. It's out there for the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a nice visual on there. But yeah. So welcome, guys. This is kind of scary. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So this next story is kind of interesting because it's not so much, it's a news story, but I like that it was more educational. It comes from cybersecurity insiders.com. And this is basically strategic insight for security leaders. And then it's a article that is on AI, how AI is reshaping the security handbook. So it breaks it down for people that are literally curious about how this is going to affect cybersecurity and web security and that type of stuff. And so I think this is good for the everyday person to read and look at, to have a better understanding. So that's why I picked this one. Its key takeaways: generative AI is accelerating cyber attacks and enabling highly personalized phishing, automated reconnaissance, and rapid iteration that outpaces traditional human-driven security processes. It just talks about how it's doing unconventional attacks, breaking traditional attacks, basically, and breaks it down. Effective defense requires behavioral detection, continuous trust validation, and human oversight. So AI augments analysts without replacing critical judgment. So again, people are necessary.
Right.
That's what it says it right in here. Human oversight is necessary. So I think this is really a good one for people to read over to understand that it's just changing how we do security. It's not changing. I think people are confused and think like AI is just going to take over everything, even our jobs in cybersecurity. And that's not the case at all. It's us now moving with it and adapting to it and getting creative. And unfortunately, we have to have humans to combat it.
Well, I think that's a perception, and especially many people that are not in the technology world, they're like, oh, we'll just get AI to do this. We're seeing it with developers.
Yeah.
We're seeing it with graphic artists. We're seeing it with, entry-level stuff. And, as long as these number crunchers, unfortunately, no offense to the CPAs out there, but you guys don't get it. And you're being sold a bill of goods. I mean, how many times, Mari, do we have a customer tell us, well, I looked this solution up on ChatGPT and it seems like the right thing.
Yeah.
And
please don't do that.
No.
Please don't.
No. And I think, there are those customers that think, oh, well, we don't need the services. We'll just use ChatGPT. And it's,
they can try. Yeah, they can try it. And some people do, but it can only get you so far.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I like too, later in the article, it talks about how cybersecurity education needs to shift. And it says adversarial thinking, scenario-driven learning, and data literacy.
Right.
And so, yeah, and I like where it says, as far as adversarial thinking, it says not just memorizing frameworks, but to learn the reason, like attackers, to look at it from a different perspective. So I like that it breaks it down in that way. So it's just shifting. It's just shifting. It's not, we're just, guess what? The way things have always been, or not the way things have always been anymore. It's time to
evolve.
All of us, everybody.
Yep.
It's everybody's turn to learn something new.
But I mean, you always need to evolve. I mean, I think this is my 5th or 6th iteration in IT. And I mean, you have to, you go from Lotus Notes engineer to BlackBerry engineer to, messaging architect to whatever, There's always new tools that come along. There's always new things that come up. There's always new compliance requirements that come up. But there's always, additional challenges that you have to meet. You can't ever sit on your laurels and accept that I've made it.
No.
And but it's the danger of AI right now is the misbelief, the complete misconception that AI can replace humans entirely.
Yeah.
And there are some low level jobs like crunching data and stuff like that, sure. But how do you know AI is accurate? How do you know the model is accurate? How do you know, all those things are,
Yeah.
You don't. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
Food for thought.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah. So it's a dangerous topic and it's a dangerous subject and, it's scary.
Mm-hmm. It needs to be talked about though. It needs to be talked about.
Yes.
But I mean, even though we offer AI pen tests, right? The manual ones are so far more in depth and far more accurate and can do so much more. I mean, an AI pen test is not just a scan on steroids, but it is not a human looking at something going, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
I saw this before and I should try this here. And this piece of code worked. AI may have that somewhere as a repository, but they don't have the intuition to figure it out.
Okay.
Right.
So.
No original thought.
No. It's just a probability machine. So.
Yeah, I think everything's going to turn out looking the same if we keep using AI, Right. It's all going to boil down to a variant of the same few things, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's to quote from Demolition Man, you're going to be wearing your beige pajamas, drinking a broccoli smoothie, and that's going to be life.
Yeah. That doesn't sound fun.
No. Yeah, no. But, if you look at the computer model, it's like, well, broccoli's healthy for you. You can make it into a smoothie. And what's wrong with beige? Beige is an acceptable color. And so we can all wear beige.
Sure.
That's all it needs to be
just
made.
Get rid of the choice.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's not really the life I want to live or the world I want to live in. So.
No. Maybe if it was black. I still don't think I could wrap my brain around broccoli smoothies. No thanks.
No. No. Yeah, I think people don't understand that it just regurgitates basically what it's taught. That's it. It's just a parrot. So I think the misconception is it's like this weird machine evil genius.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not a human being. It can't get that in depth into thought.
And we're starting to see issues like in the medical services where you have doctors denying certain care or insurance companies denying certain care based on the AI tool. And then when all of a sudden something adverse happens to that patient that they denied care for based on the AI analysis, they go back and they're like, well, where's the record? Why did you make the decision? What caused you to make the decision? Well, the LLM's been retrained and they have no way of knowing why they made that decision. So it's indefensible in court. And guess what? Big fine.
Wow.
That's malpractice on steroids.
Yeah, that's
people's lives.
Yeah. And the same thing from the financial world. AI is going to go ahead and do analysis on your financial record and go, nope, you're not a risk at all. There are computer programs that are already out there that do that to a certain extent, but the problem with the AI is the model gets overwritten and you don't necessarily know why that decision was made. So,
Yeah, that's one field I would never want AI to be relied upon is the medical field.
No. Or the legal field. The attorneys that I've talked to says maybe 50% accurate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't love that.
No.
Yeah, I learned when in school, because all my classes were legal classes for criminal justice and criminology, and we had to look up a lot of like the big cases that set precedents in the United States from the Supreme Court. And so you have to know like all the big ones. And I remember one of the professors was like, you can use AI, but don't rely on it because it doesn't always have accurate sources. So I remember one of the big ones I looked up, and the explanation it gave for the case wasn't even close to what the case was. I'm like, what in the world is this? And then it cites a bunch of stuff. I was like, this isn't even no. I'm like, oh my gosh. And case in point why you don't rely on it, because I saw it firsthand. I was like laughing. I'm like, this is really bad. Wow. So I know with case law, it has no clue what it's talking about as far as that goes. So don't ever look up legal stuff.
Well, I know at one of the seminars that we went to, Maria, they talked about that insurance company that wrote those giant reports for the government. I think it was the Canadian government.
Yep.
And used AI, and it cited a bunch of cases that didn't even exist as supporting documentation.
Real. Yeah, they were not even real. It made them up.
Yeah.
Really great.
So, yeah, no, it's you got to be careful with it. If you like the podcast, please follow us on your favorite site: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Apple, YouTube, and then reach out to us at ritc.com/contact. So, all right, Nick.
So I have some topics that I picked out here. I'm just going to pick at random because this one's, it's kind of funny because we almost just talked about this. This one is, how are we assessing and mitigating, and it's in quotation, hallucinations? This is what MIT just talked about, and model drift post-develop deployment. Basically ensuring accuracy and reducing operational risk from false or inaccurate AI outputs.
So just to clarify, we are talking about AI hallucinations, not personal hallucinations.
That is correct. Which
right now
they're becoming personal hallucinations because people are believing them.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh man.
So, finding out how something is hallucinating is you validate multiple sources. If you just go to your one GPT, then that's all you've got. And Wikipedia is not a source, neither is Reddit.
No.
So that's one way to deal with hallucinations. And you also have to accept that there's going to be a certain amount of drift, which is why ChatGPT should be used as, or not ChatGPT only, but AI should be using it as a supportive tool, not an authoritative tool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That.
Absolutely. And I know too, like on a lot of the AI programs now, whatever one you're using, it will at the bottom give you the sources that it pulled from. Just click on the source to verify what type of source it is. Is it an accurate, is it Encyclopedia Britannica, or is it some random blog that a high school student wrote?
Right. Or is it an actual real source? I mean, is it something that made up?
Yeah. Exactly. And so it does cite all those at the bottom. So I just, do it, but then scroll down to the bottom and follow up. Verify and do your own research. I think it's
so hard.
I know, the extra 10 minutes.
Right?
Well, can't you
specify?
No, I'm teasing.
Can't you specify what sources you want it to use?
I guess you could.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I'm sure there's a way that you could use language when writing the question for sure to do that. Mm-hmm. But even then, if you're requesting certain sources, do you know yourself that that's a valid source? Because like you're saying, a lot of people think Wikipedia, and again, like when you're in college, your professors explain to you why Wikipedia is not a source because literally anyone can go on there and edit Wikipedia. Right. Any one of us could go on there and edit Wikipedia and add additional information. So it's not a real source. So it's not about... Yeah. Not an opinion, and it needs to be so use discretion, guys. Use discretion.
So I just put in using NIST.gov.
Oh, you know what? I have done this.
Have you?
Yeah, with NIST specifically.
Oh, when I was doing the spreadsheets, one of the ones that I did for us, the crosswalk for high trust and NIST, I did do that to get another crosswalk from off of the NIST website.
Did it work for you?
It did help. It did. It gave me the link to the exact page that I needed to get that crosswalk. It helped me find it. Because
every time when I did this, it's been a while since I've done it. Before the last time you tried, it would not give me correct information. It wouldn't give me what I was looking for.
It was hard because I remember I kept having to rewrite it, like the language of it, until I finally found what I was looking for. You have to be, I feel like, so very, 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 you can't be vague. It needs to be so specific. And written in
I would ask it. Yeah, I would ask it to give me the most recent version, and I gave it specific controls and sub controls, and it still would just. And so I had the website pulled up, and so I'd be like, actually, according to the website, this is what it says, and then it'd be like, oh, you're right.
So I had with this.
Yes, I know.
So I had the same issue when I was making that crosswalk with the sub controls. Yes, it's giving me completely invalid what the sub control was, and I was like, this doesn't even match with what I'm doing right now with what I have. And so I was like going back, I'm like, okay, this is wrong. This is not the sub control whatsoever that I'm talking about.
It didn't match at all.
At all. I don't even know what source it was pulling it from. I was like, this ain't it.
No.
This is not the NIST that I'm looking at.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
No, they're absolutely.
Exactly.
That's funny. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. So yes, I did experience the same thing that you were experiencing. So
yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
What did you looked up a NIST thing, Mike?
Yeah, I basically said, using NIST.gov, please provide, the controls recommended by NIST. It provided me 3 additional sites, and it's like, that's not, I wanted NIST.gov. Thank you. Not Galileo, IO, whatever. I said NIST.gov. So
overachiever.
Yeah, right. Right. And it just gave a high level list. But I mean, they appeared to be accurate, but they're not. I think could have just as easily found it by going to NIST.gov.
Right. Searching on your own.
So,
yeah. Well, that's what I felt like. I felt like it took so much time trying to rewrite and search for it that I could have just gone on the NIST site and found it in less time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it almost was wasting my time.
Yeah.
I know. I liken it to, I have a buddy of mine that lives on Siri, and he'll look stuff. He'll go into Siri. I'll look it up and I'll put it into Siri. And at the same time, I'll type it into, DuckDuckGo or whatever, and I'll find it first all the time. And he's like, no, I said this. No, I said this. And I said, yeah, this is what you're looking for.
Right.
It's just like, if you just do the work, it's just so much easier. Life is so much easier.
That's what I love, the people that fight with their Alexa to change music and stuff. And I'm like, I don't have that problem.
No. Nope.
I'm not fighting with a machine, guys. I'm just not. I refuse to. No. That's where we go old school on certain stuff.
Yeah.
Were we at a conference when they brought up the example of AI and how you can use it as a specific tool for specific things, not everything across the board. Like you wouldn't use a screwdriver for a nail or a hammer for a screw.
Yeah.
Right.
So it can be really useful for specific things, but not across the board.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't remember where we were at.
I think it was.
Okay.
It was at one of the Isaka ones.
Okay. It was one of the ones that we were all there because I remember them speaking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, and it seems to be a common theme, especially around security professionals. The problem is the uneducated, shall I say, unwashed masses of non-IT people, muggles, that don't understand that there are limits to this thing. And it is not, it's just, it's something that we're going to, it's something we're going to have to continue to preach. But there's also, I've read articles about the AI propaganda machine, and really AI is achieving about 20% of what it claims to be able to achieve.
I think it's the understanding that it's the large language models and open AI that are the biggest issues. Like we said, programs that are specifically written for one task. Those are good to use. And just don't ever put personal information in them. Just don't. That's simple.
So all the AI stuff that's out there that we can do this reminds me of the .com era, going back with the dinosaur days, 27, 28 years ago when we were doing this. And we would sell software as it has the ability to do all of this. What we didn't tell them is it's going to take us 20 years to get there.
That's keyword.
So, yeah. So, in theory, it can do anything. Right now, it can do this much. It can do about 20%. So, I mean, there are specific applications. I just read a story about AI-controlled robots that are now doing sealing and inspections on warships. Oh. So after the weld is done, the AI robot will go in and grind down the weld to max specs, and that's all it does. And then make sure the finish is correct, and make sure, and then there's another set of AI robots that come behind it and paint it. Perfect. That's a great tool. Right? Tool. Yeah. Because it's not thinking for you. It's not recommending tacos. It's, it's basically doing something that's specifically designed to, it's looking for the specific tolerances. It's doing this. That's great. That's a great repetitive task that AI can do.
Well, like we've been talking about, we use AI pen testing, one specific task.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Works
with its own data, so it's not just going out into wherever.
Yeah. And it's all evaluated by humans. We don't spit out an AI report that says, this is what AI says is wrong with you. No, it's,
or like companies companies that use it for generalized help questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on their website, just for what they have in there, just to make it simpler for, a customer to navigate. That's great tool for that.
But using it as your IT support is an absolute,
or as your doctor,
nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Don't use it as your doctor, your lawyer, or your IT support.
Yeah, the kiosks in China.
Yeah.
And then, my question is,
I can't believe that's real.
If you are, you're doing something in IT with IT and AI is giving you the instructions, and then all of a sudden shit hits the fan. Now what? You've got your AI instructions saying if you do X, Y, and Z, it's going to work. Well,
I just had
X, Y, and Z wrecked your shop. Now what?
A couple days ago, one of my friends, his mom has been sick with stomach issues for now going on 2 weeks. And so I said, she needs to go to the doctor. It's it's not normal. It's actually something serious underlying issue. Could be a number of things. I'm could be bacterial, viral, could be a parasite, could be, it could be gallbladder. I mean, it could be liver. It could be a million different things. And he tells me, he goes, well, she Googled it and it seems like it's a bacterial based on what she Googled. Cause that's what AI told her. No, it's not your doctor. I was like, nope, she has to go see a real doctor, human being. She needs actual testing. And that's what I was thinking, the story in China. I'm like, this is what's happening, you guys. This is literally what's happening. And people are we're going to have people dying because of this. And then who's held responsible? Where does this fall ethically?
Right.
Right. Yeah. Well, that goes back to that medical thing. Is so you've made this decision based on the data that the AI provided you. You've wiped your large language model. You have no way of proving how the decision was made. Was it done soundly? Well, that could, theoretically, depending on how serious it is, that could be manslaughter. Taking to its, farthest case, but you have no basis for what you did it for. But going back to the specific doctor thing, of Googling it, my ex-wife was a doctor, and people would come into the ER and said, according to WebMD, I have this. And she just be
I remember that.
Kidding me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when WebMD came out and there was all the jokes about it because people were diagnosing themselves with insane stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they have AI to do it for them.
Well, have you seen those med kits that they're selling that are full of prescription drugs and stuff?
What?
No.
So there's the wellness company that does sell medical kits that have amoxicillin and different kind of medications and ivermectin and blah, 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 right? And in there, there's and check the chart and see what you have if your symptoms match. And it's and then take the correct medication. Or if you're not comfortable, call them a Telmed. It's So you're sending this box of prescription drugs to people without vetting them. Although maybe there's, I doubt it though. But it's like a $400 kit that you just
How
buy.
is this legal or ethical?
Meds because it's being prescribed by doctors.
There's not any like controlled substances in there though, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. So quit Googling the name.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, but it's all like antibiotics or it's this or that thing. But yeah.
I didn't even know about that. That's
me neither.
That's crazy. I mean, I knew about the people like Chat GPTing their symptoms to diagnose themselves, obviously, that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then same thing, people like asking relationship advice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Very much real.
Well, I was like...
I've talked to people that think this is a valid source. Well, that's why... and that's why it's interesting is when MIT did come out with what they just published again recently with the delusion and hallucinations, that's what they're talking about, is because people are going to it with like every day, like my mom just died or my whatever is going on. I'm going through a divorce or whatever life tragedy is occurring in their lives. And they're going to it for like real advice for how to cope. And instead of going to like an actual like professional to speak to, and because we know that it's set up in a way to basically make you happy, it just tells you what you want to hear. And that's what MIT talked about when they came out with this new article, their new journal, is that's what it talks about, is that's the hallucination, is it's doing it to please you.
Yep.
So you're not actually getting what you need, you seeking professional help.
Oh my gosh.
So it's appeasing people. It's really scary. I'd be interested too to see what like the suicide rates will be.
Yeah, I was going to say that's really dangerous.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
I put into AI, what does it mean if my girlfriend is suddenly moody? And it says sudden moodiness in your girlfriend may indicate underlying issues such as stress, dissatisfaction in the relationship, or personal conflict she is not addressing. Open communications is essential to understand her feelings and improve the situation. And then it goes on to list a bunch of questions to ask and a bunch of all these other things, and what is the most common cause, and we put in how do I make her not moody.
But this is really what people are doing.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Pause and stay calm. Validate your feelings. Ask open, gentle questions. What's on your mind? Is there anything I could do to help? Offer practical support. Respect boundaries. Use positive, non-judgmental communication. Build regular checks-in. Schedule brief, calm conversations. Encourage healthy habits. Suggest professional help. Reflect on patterns.
Suggest professional help.
Yep. I'm going to go out on a limb and say AI has never been hit in the head with a dish.
Most likely.
It's a good guess.
Yeah. I would be interested to ask it like an IT or cybersecurity question and see if it gives incorrect
Yeah, let's do that.
advice on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Imagine, and then people are shutting down security and safeguards on their.
Oh, I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it has.
So that's what makes me nervous, because the other day, it's one of the pages I follow on Instagram because I follow like different cyber stuff or whatever. And this guy is talking about how in the iOS updates, how it and it's true. So this is the thing I think people don't realize: when you sign up to use a smart device, unfortunately, guess what? It's taking data from you. So you can turn that off in the background. Anyone can do that, but you sign up for that when you get a device like that. We all do. Like, that's just part of it. You have to understand that. What that doesn't mean is that you don't do updates. So this guy's argument is, I'm not doing updates because corporate America is just trying to steal more money from me. I'm like, okay, well, so are hackers, special friend.
Right.
So
special friend.
I would take the 5 minutes every time I have a new update, go back, turn off all the data stuff. Yes, is it inconvenient, but also you need the patch. There's other reasons for it. So yes, it's a double-edged sword, but you know what I mean? And again, I'm sure this is something he's Googling off the internet.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, no. Guys, stop getting your information from blogs and the interwebs.
Yeah. Again, Reddit is not the solution.
Yeah, it was funny because I was just reading his comment of giving a full speech as to why there's a difference between a cybersecurity patch and greedy corporate America. I'm like, well, it's both. So you signed up to have an iPhone, sir. So maybe just don't have an iPhone. Go back to your old Nokia.
Well, there's a reason they're pushing a patch, right? I mean,
yes,
it's because of, I couldn't find any good stupid cybersecurity answers. I couldn't think of any questions off the top of my head. So, but it did give conflicting evidence to passwords from guidance from NIST and then from AI suggestion. But
oh, good.
No, I mean, not patching is dangerous. Not patching is, I mean, that is a very dangerous assumption and place to be in.
That's why he's like, there's a difference. I was laughing because I remember verbatim he said, there's a difference between a cybersecurity patch and greedy corporate America. I was like, but there's not. Unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword, my friend. I'm so sorry that when they do the patch, it does in the background, they do that so they can keep collecting data. But again, you signed up for a device that is a smart device that you knew that was part of it. So you do have to get inconvenience to go back, spend, again, the 5 to 10 minutes, turn it all back off in the background and have your settings reset. Yeah, that's just part of it. It's just part of it. Sorry, guys, it's just part of it. I know it sucks, but if we want to have these fun devices that do help us a lot in life, it's a double-edged sword. But you have to do your patches and don't be Googling stuff to not do patches, because I guarantee AI is going to tell you something like whatever this guy has gotten in his mind, and I'm like, oh, this is such bad
100%.
false information to be putting out there. You're misleading a lot of people. And this is how people's data gets breached. So
I mean, no, go ahead, finish your.
No, that's it. And again, I think it's probably because, it's whatever they're seeing on the internet, like Googling, do I have to do this patch? And I guarantee AI is coming back and saying, well, you don't necessarily have to, blah, 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 like whatever, appeasing comment it gives back, which I'll Google it right now. Let me see if AI tells me, do I need to do patches or do I need to do my updates? So it says that you should, and it gives good reason. But again, this is where it's hard, is because my AI knows me.
Right.
And it knows what I look up and it knows what I do. You know what I mean? So it's going to appease me. So it's going to say yes to me. So I'm going to say, what if I don't want to?
Right.
Can I still use my phone? Because I think a lot of people think that we're lying to them. There's like a conspiracy.
100%.
I really have gathered that at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, you can absolutely still use your phone if you choose not to update. Apple does not remotely disable your device. So that's where people are getting this from. So they hear us saying update, and then they go on Google Gemini, like I'm right now, saying, do I really have to? No, your phone will still work. You're not forced to do it. You know what I mean? And so instead of backing it up and saying you really should, or this is a major safety issue.
Yeah. And that's like people that want to use ChatGPT as their IT.
That's what I mean.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's very worrisome.
So let me read you something I sent it around to you guys yesterday. And this is about computers that was written in 1985. On the whole, people don't want to lug a computer with them to the beach or on a train or to while away hours. They would rather spend reading sports or business section of the newspaper. The real future of the laptop computer will remain in the specialized niche markets, because no matter how inexpensive machines become and no matter how sophisticated their software, I still can't imagine the average user taking one along when going fishing. Okay,
that's funny because that's the year I was born, and look where we are 41 years later, and we all take our laptops so like we talked about with AI, people are hyped about it and think it's going to take over. It's, the next best thing. Just like back then, they thought that no one was going to take devices with them anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Well, I mean, I remember when cell phones came in briefcases, right? I mean,
Yeah.
And there was a big deal to have a car phone, and you had this giant box in the back of your trunk,
That, and then the original cell phone, the brick. The antenna. I remember my uncle had it. We thought it was so cool. It was so cool. Yeah.
I have a pager. I'm important.
I remember. Yes, my mom would not let me have a pager, and all my friends did, and she just wasn't having it. I barely was allowed to have the Nokia phone when it came out. So.
Yeah. So. All right. Don't miss next week's episode of Ciphered Reality, where we unravel the stories you can't afford to ignore. Tune in next week where we discuss pen testing methodologies, human versus tool, or AI, as you may want to call it, for stories that might just change the way you see the digital world. Be sure to look for our videos on X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Remember to connect with us on ritcsecurity.com/connect. Remember, cybercrime is bad. Love RITC Security. Thanks for listening to the Ciphered Reality Podcast. Say goodbye to the good folks, Nikki.
Bye.
Bye.